Hello everybody. Angie here. I am coming on with a fun make today. All of them are fun, of course, but this is one that I've been seeing a lot on the YouTube community for a while now, and I've been wanting to do one. It looks so fun, and I thought today would be the day. So it might be something you've seen before, but this is my first time. If it's something that you haven't seen, please stay tuned, check it out, and have some fun with it. I guess they're calling it a no-sew type journal notebook kind of thing. So yeah, let's get into this. I am going to be working with this double-sided 12 by 12 sheet of paper here, as well as a piece of yellow 11 by 8.5 by 11, and then a few sheets of 8.5 by 11 yellow copy paper as well. I have a lot of these, so these are going to be actually my pages. And I thought once I get it made, even though they're, lightweight papers, I thought I'd make this into like a little mini collage book, so that will strengthen up the pages once I have them in anyway. So yeah, that's my idea. Okay, so let's start with this, and this is going to be the binding portion. Okay, and this doesn't have any type of a directional pattern on it, so that's good. And I just chose it just because it's nice and vibrant and colorful. Kind of reminds me of summer, I guess. So this is 12 inches, so I'm going to cut it down to, I'm thinking about 3.5. Now, I think you can do yours. This is the binding portion. You can do it however you want. Let's see. Should we do it 4 inches? 3.5 is good. Yeah, see, now I'm questioning myself. All right. 3.5 is good. And then after we cut that down, I'm gonna have to bring my scoreboard up. Here, let me trim off this little piece here. Okay, so that's gonna be my binding portion. Okay, I'm gonna bring in my scoreboard. Where is it? Oh. And we're gonna have to do some score lines and make this kind of like a mountain valley type piece. Okay, now this I assume that you can choose to have the thickness or the width to hold the book together. Like I said, this is your binding system. You can do it a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, 1 inch, whatever you want. But you realize the wider you make them, the shorter it's going to be, and the less amount of pages you're going to be able to fit into your journal, unless you combine 2 runs together. I'm just working with one 12 by 12. Okay, and if my calculations are correct, I will be able to give myself about 1 inch on the left and 1 inch on the right, and then all in between, I'm going to give myself 3/4 of an inch. So my first mark is going to be at 1 inch, and I'm going to go 3/4 in increments all the way down till I get to the end, and I should have about 1 inch or maybe a little bit over 1 inch left. Okay, so there we go. So 1 inch and every 3/4 inches after that. So 1, is that right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going down. 11, 12, and actually I have a little bit more than that. Let me see. So that will be, I think if I calculated correct, with a 12-inch strip, I should have room for 6 pieces of paper. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay. So actually I have a little bit more after that last score. Let me put this back down using a 12 by 12 inch piece of paper. Doing that last score leaves me at 10 inches. Oops, 10 inches. I have a little over 2 inches left, so I could have came a little bit further on the left, but that's fine. It doesn't really need to be exactly even because we can cover it up or we can trim it off, whichever we prefer. Okay, so now let's do the Mountain Valley fold, Mountain Valley all the way down. Crease our score lines. See, now I have that. I could have did maybe 1.5 and then I'd have it a little bit more even, but that's fine because all I'm going to do, I'm just going to trim it off. Okay, now it's even. All right, we should have something that looks like this. Okay, we want the valleys, the mountains up. Okay, not the valleys, we want the mountains up. Okay, so we're going to leave this to the side for a moment. Let's bring in our pages for our journal. And like I said, using a 12 by 12 strip should allow us 6 pages. So I have 6 pieces of paper. And we're just going to fold those right down in half. Give them a good crease. This project is so fun. I've been seeing more and more people do it, but I don't think it's real popular because usually what I find when something first comes out on the scene, then everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon and do it. And I saw this make, I want to say about 3 months ago, 3 or 4 months ago. And with all my other videos and series and stuff going on, I kind of forgot about it there for a minute. And then it came to mind the other day, and I said, you know what, let's just do it. All right, guys, there's my 6 pages, 8.5 by 11. We just literally fold them in half. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm just going to take one. Well, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm going to take one, and we're going to bring in our binding system. Now, I want to find the middle of this, so I'm going to put it on my board here on my mat, center it on the line, and then I'm going to bring in, we said this was 3.5 inches, right? So I want to center this right in the middle here, or thereabouts, which that's it right there. Okay, I'm going to grab a pencil and I'm going to do just a little notch on the left and the right of my binding system to show that width. Okay, now I'm going to bring all my pages in, and how you do this particular portion is completely up to you. This is just how I'm doing it, guys. Okay, now with the one on top that we just did, I'm going to get them all lined up as best I can, hold them together. You see that little notch right there? I'm going to use my pencil and draw a line on all of them. Okay, and the other side the same way. Just like that. Okay, that marks all the pages all at once. Okay, now what we're going to do, again, how you do this, you can do each page individually. You can line it open, and we're going to cut a slit from that notch right down the crease to that notch. Okay, you can do it just like that. I choose to use my scissor, and I'm going to very lightly snip from one notch, just a hair, come in past the score line and cut down. Now this is probably, I would say to me, the easiest way to do it. You just have to go slow because you don't want your scissors to slip and make that slit too big, because you just want it to be a sliver. Okay, I mean a 32% of an inch. And see, that's what you've got. Just like that. Okay, so you're going to do all 6 pages that way. So that's one. And I can can barely see my pencil line. Hold on. I may have to go over that a little bit. I can't see it real well. So let's do that. And just push a little bit harder on those. Okay. And let's cut all 6 pages just like that. Okay. You do it how you like. This is just my preference. Okay. Just take it slow and very carefully. And go up to the next pencil notch. And oops, a little further. Back out. That's number 2. See, if you go too fast, you can get kind of carried away. Or is that just me? I don't know. Okay. Gotta bring it close to my eyeballs so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, that's 3. And 3 more to go. On that pencil notch. It's hard to see. I'm losing my sunlight here. And 1 more. All right. So once you're done, you should have 6 pages with a slit right in the middle, a hair over the width of your binding system. Okay, this is your binding system. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to bring our pages in and our binding system, and we want the mountains up. Okay, and we're going to take 1 piece of paper at a time, and each one of these mountains are going to become like a hinge for your pages. Take your time, move slowly, and just slide it right down in just like that. Okay, so that's 1. Come to the very next one. Do the same thing. You just take your time. And once we lock them in place, they won't move around on you. Okay? And if I was smart, I would have did the locking in pieces at the same time as we cut our binder down, but that's okay. We'll still get through it. So that's 2. Okay. Come to the next one. Put your page in. And I have to be delicate because this is very thin paper. But like I said, I have an idea for this once I get it done. So, okay, so that's 3. Four. 5, and the last one. Is 6. And that is what we've gotten. We've got that inch flap on the 1 inch flap on each of the ends. Okay, just like that. Now let's put them all together. And they'll probably slip out just like that one just did. It's okay, we'll just slide it right back in. Now we need to cut some pieces to lock these pages in place. Okay, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right there. Isn't that fun? All right, let me put something on top of this to hold this down. Now we can use whatever kind of paper you want for your locking mechanism. I'm going to bring in some more of this pretty paper since I have it sitting here. And we know I used 8.5 by 11 copy-weight paper, so it's 8.5 inches in length, and this just happens to be 8.5 inches. So now I'm going to cut down. I have 6 pages, so I need 6 3/4 inch pieces of paper, or a little bit less than 3/4 of an inch, because I made those slots that we scored 3/4 of an inch apart, right? There's 2, 3, 4, and I'm just eyeballing this. 5. I know this silver part is about 3/4 of an inch, so I'm just coming in a little bit, make it a little bit less than 3/4 of an inch, and that's 6 pieces right there. Okay. Now to lock our pages in, we're going to take these little strips, and one page at a time, we're going to open our book back up and open each individual page. Okay. And we're going to slide these carefully right in those slots. And if you cut them down just a little bit less, they're going to fit right in there like that. There's one. Come to the second one. There's 2. Come to the next one. 3. 4. 5, and the last one. 6. All right, now we just square it up, and that's what it looks like, just like that, guys. Okay. Now we need to put some type of a cover on here, so that's where these little flaps come in. That's going to help hold your cover down. So we know this is 8.5 by 11, so that's 5.5 by 8.5, right? But I don't think I want it quite that big, to be honest with you. All right, well, I'm just going to leave it for now, just for video purposes. And I can always cut it down if I change my mind. All right, so now we need 2 pieces for our cover, and I don't think this is going to quite fit. Nope, it's not. So I brought in another piece of yellow, 8.5 by 11, and we're going to cut that right in half. Right down on the 11-inch side. So that should be, what, 5.5 inches each. Just like that. Okay. Bring our work in progress notebook in. Journal, whatever you want to call it. Get it nice and lined up, nice and even. See how that looks? And then you're going to put your covers down. And that will go down just like that. Okay. So we're going to put glue on the tab on this hinge portion. Okay. And then you can, once you get it in place, you can decide if you want to reinforce it and put another piece on the inside or what you want to do. And I'll show you what I mean here in just a moment. We want to get that straight and get that down. Line it up. best you can. I think that's pretty straight. Flip it over. We're going to do the same to the other side. Line it up with the hinge. And down we go. Oops, it slipped on me a little bit. There we go. And you've got yourself a quick and easy notebook journal, no sew, just like that. Look at that. The pages lay down flat. Now see, now I said you can decide what you want to do. If you want to hide that hinge there, you can put another piece of 8.5 by 11 on this side and cover that hinge completely up to you. Okay, but then as you flip open the pages, see how it lays nice and flat? They don't come out because you've got this locking hinge in place, so the pages don't come out. And it ends up being a really, really sturdy book for you. Okay, and I kind of using decorative paper for the hinge and the locking mechanisms. Then you've got a little something pretty on the inside of each page. Okay, there you go. Okay, it lays down nice and flat. Next page lays down nice and flat. Okay, just like that. And then in between the pages, you've got that. Now, if you wanted to take it a step further, it just depends on how much you want to decorate it. Bring in something, piece of cloth, and complete. But I think I love the look of that hinge system. You know, I don't see why you would want to cover that up. I would bring in another piece of paper here and just reinforce that front cover and that back cover. But this piece isn't long enough, so I'm gonna have to find a piece that will be big enough for both the front and the back. But that, my friends, is the make for that journal. No sew, just a accordion style hinge system. And I ended up with, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pages, which ends up being 24. And you've got yourself a really, really cute journal there. I think I'm going to cut this down maybe, I don't know, maybe about 1 inch on the top and the bottom, and on the right hand side make it just a little bit smaller. And I'm going to turn this into a nice little collage book. So if that's something you're interested in, guys, let me know and we can do that together on camera. All right, guys, well, that is what I've got for you today. If you have any questions, please reach out and I will respond as quickly as I can. But I hope you guys like this make. If you haven't seen it before, please give it a try. You're going to love it. And if you have, still, let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. If you found something of value in this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Leave me a comment and a like, and let me know what you think. But as always, 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 you guys take care. God bless. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.